Hello and welcome to the Invincible podcast presents the Battle Beast podcast. Perhaps the strongest podcast in the universe where friends gather around to talk all about their unquenchable thirst for all things in the Invincible universe, including the comics and animated series created by Robert Kirkman, Corey Walker, and Ryan Ottley. I am one of your hosts, Wyatt, and joining me is Ryan.
Hello, everybody.
Bill.
Oh, it's Bill.
And the sweet one, TJ.
Oh, hello. I have returned to the Invincible podcast.
He's back.
It's TJ.
TJ, did you get to listen to did you listen to it?
I did.
Yeah, the whole thing? Oh, I
listened.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, I listened to the whole
Ryan,
thing.
you can go on a cruise and we'll do an episode of that if you want. You can do that.
I would love, actually, you know what? We should do that sometime. I'd love to hear what happens.
It would be a mess, honestly. It would happen.
We're competent.
It would happen, but it would be a mess for sure.
But yeah, it was cool, experiencing it and not, being on this side of it for a change. But yeah, I appreciate all the emails and the people that did their homework and wrote in like 4 emails. Appreciate that. The Rexplode page that someone sent in that showed the different variants. That was cool. I have seen that before. I actually had it as my phone wallpaper for a while, so I love that one too. So yeah, thanks for missing me. Oh my goodness.
We didn't.
And on this episode, we're going to, of course, be talking about all of the latest Invincible news. We'll be getting to a handful of listener emails. Thank you so much for writing in. And of course, our full breakdown of Battle Beast issue 5, the second to last issue of this arc, at least, before they take a short little break. So really excited to break all of that down. Just FYI as well. Oh, yeah. Go, Ryan.
I was going to say, you mentioned the break. It's nowhere in the news. It's nowhere anywhere on our show notes. Can we talk about that for a second? Just because I don't know where else we would talk about this, because there is going to be a break. This was announced that there will be a short break after this arc ends. So after issue 6. And as of right now, there's nothing in the solicitations up to November. So at the earliest this is going to come out would be December. Mid-December. That's the earliest. And we'll find out at the end of this month if it's in the December solicitations. Any theories or thoughts on that?
I mean, I think it makes sense just to give them a little bit of wiggle room to make sure that it still comes out monthly is what the impression that I get, at least, so that they're not, Ottley has talked plenty about how like difficult it is to do one book a month, especially with the type of art that he's drawing, in this series. That's just chaos and craziness all the time. So that's what I assume is sort of the reason behind it. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's either December or January when it comes back, because like next issue will be October. So even if it did come back December, that's only 1 month off, which tons of books, like looking at Saga or other books like that, take like huge chunks where they're, taking time to get caught up. So I actually don't mind, especially as it's like the end of an arc. It'll be a nice way to just kind of like decompress. I'm sure the hype train will be starting for the show coming back as well during that break. So yeah.
I mean,
go ahead.
Every time we talk to Ottley, he talks about how like they're pumping them out. Like he's pumping the art out. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's a hold up there. It's just, and again, this is just my theory. They're doing what the fuck they want with this. I mean, like, why not get even like a little bit more headway? And I like, you guys have known me for 20 plus years, and like I love a good cliffhanger. I like to like sit on things for a while and just like let it, like we think about it. You know what I mean? So I don't mind it as long. Hopefully, it's not like crazy long, but I like that they're kind of just like, why not get even more of a space between the releases and the actual writing and the art portion of it. So yeah,
I kind of think of it as a win-win. Like you said, TJ, we get to sit on this like finale of sorts in a way for a little bit longer. It gives them a chance to catch up on art. Even if they do have all of the second arc completed, they're gonna get caught up at some point or get butted up against it at some point. So give them more time to get more art done. It's just gonna be a better thing all around. And I'd rather there be the breaks in between arcs as opposed to this month got pushed back. or
Yeah.
now there's 2 months between this one, and then 1 month between that one, and the inconsistency is where I think it really hurts.
Ryan,
think-
something happened to
I
your mic.
Well, let me talk, and then Ryan. I think that a scheduled hiatus of even 2 months is better than an unscheduled, like, sporadic schedule.
Yeah.
So I think that the
Yeah.
fact that they're doing this, they're burning the candle at both ends. So I think they just need some time to recoup. I think that if they're taking a hiatus at all, which we know that they are, that at the very soonest it would be January. I don't know why they would come back before.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
it's at the end of the year, they might as well just take the 2 months, let Christmas happen,
True.
like, you know what I mean, and then come back strong January.
I agree.
Oh,
I feel like it would be January, February, maybe even March.
Yeah.
I
but
fixed your audio, Ryan. I fixed it. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I mean, a January feels good to me.
Yeah.
I like the January
Mm-hmm.
time slot.
Same. So as well, if you're joining our podcast for the first time, we will talk some spoilers possibly as we answer emails or talk about just different things, since we are caught up on all of the comics. So be warned if you're a show watcher only and you're worried about spoilers. A few housekeeping items before we jump into the news. Shout out to everybody that caught our video from the Emerge Media live stream. That was really fun. We got to jump into that and do a little mini podcast in the middle of that. And they've been doing like breakouts of different, people that were on the stream, but that was really fun.
If I may, I was also in Alaska while you guys did that. And because it was live, and I didn't have any internet at all, I didn't get to see that. So like, how did that go? What did you guys talk about? What was going on?
It went well. The goal was to do like a quick 30-minute episode where we're comparing episode 1 to issue 1. And so that was like, we brought up like 3 major points throughout the issue and the episode, and compared how sometimes it's really different and sometimes it's shot for shot identical. So that was a cool thing. We had a little bit of a awkward start, and I'm saying me because it was like technical things, and it's like, okay, so we're going, all right, so going into it, and it wasn't the normal thing for us, so that was a little weird to get used to. And I will say, from the technical side, TJ, you'll be really interested in this, it worked pretty well being able to hear Wyatt and be in person on set.
Yeah.
He was
He
was a little quiet, so if he was turned up, he would show up on our mic. So but they were doing it all on the fly and a whole live stream marathon thing. So
Yeah.
it could be fine tuned. So that was one of those things that we've been considering, kind of leveling up to do. So if people like that and want to see more of that, help us out, give us a subscription or do all that kind of YouTube stuff, because that always helps us out.
And if you kind of want to know what we're talking about and you missed Emerge, their live stream, go back and watch our 150th episode.
Yeah.
That's the studio that we did it with. But Wyatt was with us in person for that
true.
one. But still, like, I thought it was great quality. So
yeah, for sure. Also in the housekeeping section, New York Comic-Con is coming up quite soon, and Ryan and TJ will be there for the Invincible panel on Friday, October 10th at 5:30 p.m. And then along with that, Ryan Ottley did a very cool cover to the New York Comic-Con Artist Alley Zine that is the Halloween Mark and Eve trick-or-treating to a Conquest old man holding the candy bowl. It's so funny.
I took this.
Have you looked closely at this?
No, but before you, I don't know. I don't think I've seen what you're about to reveal. If that's what but I also don't take this as Mark and Eve.
Oh, it's kids dressed up as
this. Is kids dressed up as them. Yes, which I love the idea of that. This old man being dressed up as Conquest because he has the same mustache. Like, that's awesome. But no, like, Ryan, what are you referencing here?
Maybe it's nothing. But maybe the skeleton hanging on the door is wearing orange gloves and orange shoes. It's a pure coincidence.
Oh no!
It's his entire.
But he exploded his own skeleton. His skeleton exploded.
That's kind of great. I love that. No, that's the headcanon right there. Yeah,
that's
I like
so
it.
Good. So good.
That's really funny. But yeah, awesome cover. And then
And
that
let
leads
us know
us.
if you're going to be in New York. We'll meet up. We'd love to chat, say hi, take a photo, grab a drink, whatever it is. And we are kind of winging it every time. Conventions are crazy. We'll, love to meet up with as many people as we can.
You know who else is going to be at New York Comic Con? Steven fucking Yeun.
That's what I was going to say, is that this panel is the one that they are hyping up, that they are definitely saying is going to be a big one. So very excited for that to happen, for you guys to be there, cover it all, and then once afterwards for us to break down all of the announcements, the big reveals, hopefully. Going into the Invincible news, Battle Beast issue 1 gets a 5th printing. Battle Beast issue 2 gets a 2nd printing with A and B covers. So cool. Battle Beast issue 3 also getting 2nd printing with A and B covers. Just
Crazy.
incredible.
Crazy.
I love that
one
issue
is
3 one that Ottley did. The shadow, it's
all of these are so great. Like
Ottley posted the like pencils and inks of that one with this like shadow on the wall, and it just looks so cool. It's one of the best just like shots of Battle Beast that I've seen.
Yeah, I love the Jason Howard like silhouette or solo type ones. We've talked about those before, and of course the TJ, help me with his name. You literally showed him from your battle bag.
Oh, it's Dylan Burnett.
Yeah, Dylan Burnett getting to do a variant is awesome, or a 2nd printing, or wait, this one's the 5th printing, I think. Yeah, come on, too cool.
Who? Keep talking. I'm looking something up.
The Invincible, the card game, was delivered.
It was, and it is right here.
Very cool.
So I'm opening.
Very cool.
So this.
Are you going to open it right now?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
That's
very exciting.
Kickstarter by Indie Boards and Cards. It's a deck building card game, and it looked really, really good. This was this was earlier this year, so I have not opened this yet. It arrived today, and I figured I'd just wait for the actual episode.
So what is a deck building card game?
So I'm so glad you asked. So it starts with, so in this game, you're going to play as different characters. Like TJ could be Rexplode, whoever, like Duplicate, Adam Eve, Invincible. You start with a preset deck of cards, and in a certain order too. But as you play, you add cards of your choice. Like you shop for them, like spend resources to add certain cards that do certain things to the deck, and you never shuffle the deck. So then when you play the cards, they go into your discard pile, and then you just flip the discard pile over and then draw cards. And so your deck is just always getting better. And then you'll get to points where you want to discard cards to kind of like fine tune it to get even better. Like you've started deck building, Bill. Now imagine doing that as part of the game. And so it's pretty cool.
It's kind of like you do that in Balatro. I know Balatro, like kind of helped a lot of us. Yeah. Cool.
So here's the accessory pack, which comes with some accessories. I think they're like, all right.
So cool.
And Invincible.
Look at that.
Starter edition contains Invincible card game, the old guard, new recruits, and promo cards.
Wow.
Cool. Look at this.
So when does this officially come out to public?
I am not sure.
Oh,
so that comes with the 2 expansions already in the box. That's great, because I think those are going to end up being sold separately normally. So we got a bigger box out of this one. That's very exciting. So
we're going to be playing it.
Hopefully. Looking forward to it. As soon as we finish recording, I'm going to open all this up and do my thing where I organize it, and read the rule book. Oh my God. So excited.
Oh my God. Thank God we have you, Ryan. I will buy a board game and be like, Ryan, teach me how to play this. And he'll race over my house to do it.
Yeah, 100%. I really like, if we had a time machine, I think we talk about this all the time of like blowing our minds from the past of all the Invincible stuff that exists. But the first thing I would do is just take every tabletop and card and board game that we've gotten for Invincible and just go back in time just to show Ryan. Just be like, look at all the different things that have come out, the different card games, the dice game. Like,
it's literally all I've wanted. Like all I've ever wanted for it. Like the fact that we've got it coming for Overpower later, where we're gonna have like deck building, and a TCG with Invincible and like opening packs and looking for rares and stuff. And we have that
Everything.
crazy Direwolf, the bag building one, and now this. I mean,
And the next news item that we have is the Invincible RPG by Free League. It was revealed last February, and it's launching on Kickstarter on September 23rd. This is the like role-playing tabletop game. Looks awesome. Very excited.
So this was the one that was revealed in February. We talked about it back then, and now it's finally got a release date for Kickstarter, which will be September 23rd, like next week, very soon if you're hearing this. And we're chatting with them, and we're going to hopefully do a playthrough of this, and it's going to be really fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
So excited.
They actually revealed with that update a few pages of the book that you can see so far, and they're getting it right, man. Like, they're, first of all, right at the beginning, they're like, spoilers for the entire comic. Like, we are going to talk about things.
Good.
We are going to, this covers the entire universe.
Good.
They're talking about like what it means, like how he's dealing with these things, and like they're doing it right. And it was really cool reading it and being like, hey, this is what we talk about. Like, this is
I feel like I mean, I don't know how this plays, but I imagine it's maybe similar to Dungeons and Dragons.
It is going to be
okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, Bill can't ever be the equivalent of Dungeon Master, because it's going to be like, oh, Wyatt, you just got to like roll higher than a 1. Ryan, higher than a 1. TJ, you have a 6-sided die. You need to roll like higher than a 7. Oh, look, you can't enter that door because there's a Dinosaurus and he ate you. Game over.
A Dinosaurus ate you.
I'm also, I'm also not at all organized enough to do that. Because don't like Dungeon Masters spend like weeks.
It takes a lot of prep. You're writing a story. It is basically it's gonna basically be like a choose your own adventure that we're playing together with our own characters and like going through that story together. And
so
I like writing, so I feel like I would like to do that, but I don't think I'd like to be the Dungeon Master.
Yes, yeah.
So I feel like I could write it
and be the lore master. You know,
our powers combined, we will get this done. It's gonna be a good time.
But yeah, they announced a bunch of different like things you can get. If you're an early backer, you get the cloth Viltrumite logo patch that gets added to your order for free. There's like stretch goals for a limited, Invincible #1 variant with a new cover by Todd Knock.
Ooh, cool. Yeah.
A quick start PDF will be made available right away to backers. So if you're backing it, you get that right away. Very cool. Lots of cool stuff. And then Invincible Omnibus Volume 1, the like hardcover, right, of essentially what the compendiums are, but in hardcover form, featuring the Marvel team up for the first time. Like that will be part of it, which is the first time that's happened.
Ryan, you don't need it. You don't need it. You don't need. None of us need it.
Okay.
It's good for those who don't have it.
Literally, when this was announced, I put in our group chat, like, I'm still trying to collect the hardcover compendiums, and now they have omnibuses.
Hear me out.
So much.
Ryan, there's nothing you could say right now that would justify it.
I only have one copy of the compendiums, which are these, right?
Mm-hmm.
My volume 1 of it, I have lent out, and it keeps getting passed around. I haven't seen it in over a year. So I do not have
this one.
A volume 1.
Yeah.
But then I'd have to have a match. Apparently, this is also limited. They're saying it's a one-time printing of this. So
yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, just cool to see Invincible continue to get new formats that give options to people.
The legal hoops that I'm sure they had to jump through to get the rights to have that issue, like that Marvel issue that they reprinted in the Battle Beast blind bags. I feel like that whole issue has entirely been bought out by Skybound.
Yeah,
like they own
there was
the
definitely some.
right?
There was a lot of bullet points in that deal to get it in the Battle Beast bag, and now to get it here. Like that's good though. That it seems like they're able to use it now for more things.
That issue will be reprinted exclusively in these compendiums, or will they be the omnibus, or will they be in future trades or ultimate collections? And for example,
I could see that. But that takes it for Invincible News, or that does it for Invincible News, I guess I should say. Now we're going to go on to a few emails before we jump into Battle Beast. So thank you so much for emailing us. You can email us at theinvinciblepodcast@gmail.com. And I believe, Ryan, you have the first one for us.
I do.
Here.
Okay. Hey crew, I haven't done a write-in for the comic series yet, so I thought I'd chime in for this one. This is our friend Mitch, by the way. Favorite 2 moments of the issue for me are the giant sword reveal moment after it's
Yeah.
been forged for Battle Beast, Dracula, the Forever Blade, come on, and the moment of Salaka just gazing down at his guts, waiting for them to regrow immediately, just for nothing to happen. The shot of the castle also reminded me of Birthright very distinctly. Super cool.
Hmm.
The note Ryan mentioned of just reminding myself that this isn't invincible and that's okay is something I need to repeat to myself more often, though. Missing the bit of light in the world that a character like Mark brings, but this has been a fun ride so far. A question for those of you who know comics much better than me. Is it common to consistently and continuously get as many variants as we have been getting throughout the first few issues in this series? Each issue has had a minimum of 6 different options. Way too many for me to try and collect. What have been your favorites so far? Mitch. P.S. Don't murder me, but I didn't find the butt joke very funny this issue. Okay, bye.
I mean, I think the number of variants is, I've always viewed that as like sort of an indication of how well the book is doing, right? And I think we're getting as many variants as we are, partially because of the second printing or the 5th printing of the first issue. But yeah, just that it's doing as well as it is.
It seems having your standard A, B, C even covers is kind of standard, but then when you get into your incentive variants, those will only happen if a book is doing well enough to encourage incentive variants. So you have your 1 in 10s, your 1 in like 20s, your 1
25s,
in
50s,
50s,
100s.
1 in 100, 1 in 1,000. Those won't happen if a book is only selling, 5 copies to any given store. But because it's selling so many copies, it's actually incentivizing stores to buy more and so on. So that cycle will continue because of money. But yeah, it's a lot. It is a lot.
I gotta say, like, it's the art commission collector in me. Like, I love it because I like seeing different artists' takes on characters that I love. So that's kind of what I've become obsessed with over the years. So I love variant comics. And yeah, you got to kind of just accept the fact that when it comes to things like this, you're not going to get them all, but yeah,
just
it's
get
okay.
the ones you like.
Yeah, exactly.
So many,
it makes,
there's so many, it makes it easier. You know what I mean? To just say, I only need the ones I like most.
Yeah.
I will say one of my favorites was coming up. We're going to show it in a little bit here because it was a cover for issue 5, the Tony Moore. Issue 6 had a crazy Cory Walker coming up. Previous to that, the Jason Howard one is cool. I love that EJ Sue is doing connecting covers.
I have one queued up here. Actually, I was gonna bring it up right before we dove in. It's the one that I said, hold on, keep talking, because I was looking for something, and it was issue 3. It was this, or I'm sorry, was it issue 3? I think it was 2 issues ago, but whatever it was. Chris Marchman is an artist who fell in love with Invincible and found our podcast, and then we became good like convention friends with him. Like whenever he's at a convention, typically C2E2, we always got to go and talk to him, and his art it blew our mind. It's so good. But after we became friends with him and talked about how much we love Invincible, he got to do an Invincible cover, which came out so cool. I don't know if you could see that, and I'm sorry, but that's it.
Yeah, he did great.
And come on, it's so good. So yeah, his art is incredible, which could be a good foreshadowing for something to come later. You're welcome, Bill. Moving on.
In terms of favorites, there's one that was one of the variants of issue 1. I'm gonna mispronounce the name. It's Kale New, I think. NGU is the last name, but it's the one that we described as like the anime looking one where Battle Beast is in the like wide stance with the sword on his shoulder. That's probably one of my favorite variants so far.
That 1 in 100 that we opened up on the blind bag opening was really good too.
Oh, I love that cover. I love that. John Boy Myers.
Yeah.
Come on.
Moving on to the next email. I think TJ, you are up.
Oh my goodness. I just brought up that art and I'm not okay. Hey guys, sorry in advance for not sending you 4 separate emails, but this week has been the start of a new school year for me and my 9th year of teaching. So it's your first week of school, and you already didn't do your homework. I mean, this homework comes first. Okay.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Which means I have a new crop of upperclassmen to push Kirkman's work onto. My bookshelves are filled with the 3 Invincible compendiums, assigned Ottley Battle Beast #1, and my Oblivion Song paperbacks. Oh, Oblivion Song's a good one.
Good for you.
It is crazy how a lot of this generation is into comics. They've even been giving me recommendations on stuff I've never read, and it's great to see. I remember growing up and not finding a lot of people who are into comics that I can talk to outside of comic book movies and shows, and was wondering what your experience was growing up with comic books. Have a great day. Also, Salaka, thick. Canon.
It's canon. So who is this? Who wrote this in?
They didn't sign it. It's going to be their email name. Give me a second. I will pull it up.
I can quickly talk about just like in terms of history with comics. I didn't really get into comics until adulthood, really. Like once I was in college. Like I bought a few issues of like Spider-Man comics here and there, and I have a couple that are like older ones that I had when I was little, but I never actually like seriously sat down and read like stories in comics until like college. So yeah, it was just like the touchstones of the movies and the animated series and all that.
Yeah, I think you need to have like parents that like really enjoy that hobby for you in order for, because when I was little, like my parents never bought me comics, and I didn't. Same thing though, Wyatt. Like when we got into comics, or when I got into comics, I think is like when we kind of all did together, like discovering Kirkman's work, The Walking Dead. Like, of course, I read Batman stuff. Like, I'd see Batman stuff out there, but I was more of a fan of like movies and everything. So, honestly, like in terms of my life, definitely the latter half, like my adult life, 20s is when I started.
And thank you, Kevin, for the email, by the way. Yeah, mine was, we've talked about before. Basically, X-Men the animated series in the 90s. That got me into superheroes, collecting X-Men trading cards. Oh, these are comic books, picking up a comic here and there that, randomly that doesn't make sense to you. But then, like Bill, not until we're, in high school and we're reading Walking Dead. And a little before that was like Ultimate X-Men, actually. And
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, the Ultimate Universe.
For me, it was kind of the same, where it was like I would like Batman the animated series. I got into like and Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies a little bit later, and I kind of got into comic books, but I wasn't like super serious about it. Like I collected some of them. Like I have a lot of like really old like key issues of Spider-Man and some older Batman and stuff. So I was reading some, and Brian, you and I got into Spider-Man. We started getting into comic books, and we were reading a lot of Spider-Man and like Avengers, like the new Avengers and stuff years ago.
Yeah.
But then after that,
we started during Brand New Day. So anybody that knows that.
Oh, I mean, Civil War was awesome. We read that. We were pretty deep into that.
Civil War was the first like comic I read as an adult, and it was because of the tease at the end of Iron Man of like, oh, they're gonna do an Avengers thing, and that's this team. And like I had remembered seeing the trade paperback for Civil War, and I like bought it at a Barnes and Nobles or something, and that was my first real like foray into comics as an adult, really.
Yeah. But as I collected them, here and there, and I would read some here and there, but I always credit the comic that turned me into a forever comic adult was Batman Hush. Once I read that, I like dove deep into comics, namely Batman, and then never looked back.
Our next email, I think, will be read by Bill.
All right. Hi, Invincible Podcast. I have a question for debate. Oh, no.
Who's bait?
Please debate said question. Then I have the right answer at the bottom of the email. See image below of a Ryan Ottley Twitter quote reply where he is asked about how many issues the Battle Beast comic might be. He said, quote, way more than 6. My question is, how many issues do you think we will be getting of the Battle Beast comic? Okay. How many issues?
do think that there is an answer, because every single Oblivion song and like anything that he's ever done, he always, when it does end, he always says like, this was always the plan. So I feel like they have a set number in mind. Maybe it goes longer.
Except
but
for, I don't think Invincible necessarily falls into that category, because he had all the interviews where he talked about maybe Invincible goes on forever, and then he kind of made the decision at one point to end it. But you're right. Often he is saying that he's had like a plan from the beginning.
I feel like I would have just Blanket would have been 12, 1 hardcover, 2 trades, but because they talk about how it's going on for a good long time, it's going to be a while. I'm just going to double that and say I think 24 is going to be kind of where I'm expecting now.
Yeah,
that's instinctually, that's kind of where I wanted to go too. Like,
make
I
for
think
a
that
good size of the Invincible universe with Adam Eve on the cover, like compendium size thing. Like, yeah.
All right. So, this is from Mike Barrett, and he actually has some logic behind this too.
It's
so,
good. It's
all
really
right.
good.
The correct answer is actually 36. Battle Beast's first appearance in Invincible was 19. His next appearance was 55. 55 minus 19 equals 36.
I like the logic is that like time always moves the same speed in any issue.
Comics.
Like,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
everything in Battle Beast is happening in real time with Invincible. And then he says he takes a bow. That's pretty great.
Done.
I mean, we know Robert Kirkman likes writing to trade lengths and like hardcover lengths. That's 3 hardcovers. That's 3 12 issue.
Yeah.
That's 6 trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
I
real good.
I hope he's correct.
That's also
I feel like it's going to be closer to the either 18 or 24 mark. Just
I'll go the other way then, and I'll say 48. That'll be 12 more after.
All right, Bill, you want to go
too.
72, 144?
If they go 48, do you think they would just do the extra 2 to make it a 50? I know they've never really cared about that.
But I don't think so, because like we ended Invincible at 144. You know what I mean?
Here's
like
the thing. Battle Beast is kind of intense. He's an intense guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that he's a one-note, one-trick pony, but like you're going to get kind of bored of Battle Beast like over the course of 4 years, 5 years. I think the sweet spot is 2 years. I think 24 issues. I think you can tell an actual story and not feel the need to fill every like 36 issues. I think it would be great, but I think that we're going to get more Invincible comics that's not Battle Beast once Battle Beast is done. If
what you just said is, I'll tack onto that because I agree with what you said, on top of the fact that we know where this is going. So to tack onto what Bill said, like how much can you do? Like, you don't want this to go for like forever and ever and then eventually like way down the line, it connects to, on the Viltrumite ship. So I don't know. I do want this to still feel like a spinoff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I trust them.
Yep. Either way, they know what they're doing.
It's not a lot of time, guys. It's not a lot of time. Like that, he was gone.
If it's going to be 24, we're already 25% through.
Which
it
kind of feels right.
It kind of
feels right.
Start it like next end of halfway. Start teasing up the Viltrumite thing. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't want to reach a point where I'm like, when are we going to get to him coming back? Like, I don't want to reach that. I want it to be like the menu where every portion is designed to fill you up appropriately, and that's what I want.
All right.
Yeah. All right. This is just a complete guess, of course, but I do think this is something Kirkman would do from a creative yet cheeky standpoint, don't you think? As always, love the pod. Keep up the Lord's work. Love, Mike Barrett. And he always has to boast that he was the first and best podcast guest. He was definitely the first. He absolutely was.
He was the best. I'll say it.
I'm giving him shit.
All right. I can take the next one. Hello, Invincible Podcast. I've been listening to the show off and on for the last 2 years, but with Battle Beast out and ongoing, I've been playing catch up so I can listen to you guys review each issue. I just finished all 4 Battle Beast review episodes and the SDCC 2025 episode. hence this being listed as email 1 of 3 per TJ's homework assignment.
Oh God.
Yes.
My fiance and I were at the con this year as well, and when we left Robert Kirkman's panel, she said he was hilarious because of his sense of humor. I don't think I'll ever get her to read any of Invincible, but she at least watches it with me when I put it on. Just wanted to start by saying hello and thanks for all you do, Andrew. And then right after that
panel was
another
so
one.
funny. My brother was dying. It was so good.
Nice. Right after that, Andrew writes again, hello again, Invincible Podcast. Based on the poll you posted for Battle Beast issue 4, what do you think the chances are that Prince Salaka ends up dead before he's able to fully regrow, and then the ship AI takes over the suit and somewhat becomes a companion of Battle Beast until it ends up destroyed in some battle?
Who got this issue early? Who got this issue early?
Yeah.
Oh, Salaka's fine.
wonder.
Salaka's fine. He was in worse shape when we first met him.
I
Don't
agree
you
he's
worry.
probably fine, but I mean that's
That
kind
is
of on the
funny.
nose.
Possible.
It's a little on the nose.
Andrew continues and says, I like how one of you said in an earlier episode that because the end of Battle Beast is already known, it gives a lot more creative freedom to Robert and Ryan. Do you think we'll have any flashback arcs to see how Battle Beast came to be who/what he is today, mainly in the sense of his desire to have his life ended in combat? Thank you. Thanks again for such fun conversations, from Andrew. I think that's likely.
I don't
do.
think so.
Yeah.
No, I think that part of Battle Beast's like appeal is that we don't really know like what he was before he was Battle Beast, and I kind of like that.
I agree that the mystery does help with that, but the fact that even in this issue, which we'll talk about soon, he kind of opens up a little more about it and is talking about it, I think shows that Kirkman's
that's what I think we'll get.
He's okay to open that door a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that Kirkman agreed with you, Bill, and then he probably had the idea and is like, this is worth revealing it and taking away that mystique. And I think the all the teases we've been and hints we've been getting tell me that we will find out more.
I don't.
Yeah, but
I feel like even before this issue, like even before the Battle Beat, this series, just from Invincible, we knew enough about his background to where the mystery didn't like make his character for me. So I don't think it really mattered for me personally. Like I'd like to know more about his backstory, and I don't think it would ruin anything.
What I think we'll get what we got in this issue, and that's it. I don't think we're going to get an actual flashback of like him being a lawyer, like before the curse happens, and he's got like a tweed coat on, and he's got like a pipe, and he's like,
I may just be a small town Dornian lawyer, but
yeah.
Then he just goes crazy,
and he like has a baby and a family, and then like he gets infected with this rage virus, and then he just like
you're selling me on this issue, you know. I mean, TJ, I believe you have our next email.
Oh my, do I?
Oh my.
Did you read all of yours?
It should be after Wyatt.
Yes.
It was TJ.
Yep. You have Andrew's third one.
Segment was not long enough, TJ.
Did you read the hello again? Okay.
Yes, I did.
Hi, TJ. Are you glad you have gotten 3 emails now? I am. Thank you for doing your homework. You know, so many just pass it by, but you get an A+, sir. You're at the head of the class. I'm very excited for Capes getting a remaster and continuation. If there was another spin-off series to get an ongoing release, what would it be? I'm excited for Kirkman's, for Robert's run of Transformers to start, as well as Skinbreaker. Hope the emails weren't too frustrating to actually get 3 of them, but it's what TJ asked for. Thanks, Andrew.
Yep.
P.S. I recently started my own podcast covering all sorts of different nerdy topics, and we just released an episode on indie comics. You guys will like my number one indie comic is, like what my number one indie comic is. I can only imagine. Check it out on Spotify. 2 Nerds versus the Internet. Yeah, so go check that out. Thanks again, Andrew.
Bad move, Andrew. I'm going to spam the fuck out of your mailbox. Get ready. Get ready.
That's really smart.
So,
Each one sends him 3.
Yeah, we all have to send in emails.
So again, he asked if there was another spin-off series to get an ongoing release, what would it be?
Tech Jacket.
Tara.
Oh, well, yeah. I thought we meant like previous spin-off things, but yeah, the big one.
Yeah.
We got
Of one that we
we got
gotten
Tech
yet.
Jacket. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
Tech Jacket.
Yeah.
So 25 issues of Wolfman was not enough. So
Yeah, we need more of that.
I just need
for
more
sure.
of that. Yeah.
I'll agree with that. It's a good one.
Okay. So I have
Bill,
the
you
next
wanna take
email.
the next? Yeah, go for it.
Dear the Invincible podcast, it's been ages since my last email. Way back when Ryan was on his honeymoon. Oh my God.
It's 2018.
So apologies for not meeting my listener email quota.
Riley,
I feel bad.
I remember Riley writing in all the time.
Yeah, dude. Holy shit.
Andrew's
Dude,
fucking nuts, bro.
we
Don't
missed
feel
you,
bad.
man. Where have you been?
I wanted to write in specifically to say, "What the fuck, guys?" Is it good? Is it a good accent?
Wait, where is the
So
Australian
good.
thing? I missed this
So good.
beat. What? Why?
Because he
Down
signs
at the
off by
bottom,
saying
yeah.
from the land down under.
Oh
yeah.
shit! I didn't catch
Yeah.
that.
We have a magical shape-shifting space wizard, and not a single one of you arseholes speculated that she could end up in a. Oh my God!
In a park on Telescria is where
Oh
Bill
my
lost
God!
it.
You blew my. I couldn't even finish. This is the live show, and you broke me.
Yeah. It's
I
possible.
know the alien looks completely different, but come on, guys. Fuck. Shit. Anyways, issue 4 of Battle Beast was an absolute ripper. And
Ripper.
as soon as I saw the sexy space alien, I knew right away Bill would be.
You have to read it.
Would be all horned up about this issue. I'm glad you guys got so excited as I did over the Tony Moore variant for issue 5. Such a sick cover. I contacted my LCS straight away to make sure I got one to go along with cover A. Anyways, guys, thanks for all the years of entertainment, and please never stop doing this podcast. That is or isn't a threat. You decide. Love, Riley from the land down under.
I love it.
It's good to hear from you, man.
Oh,
we
man.
missed
No,
you.
Riley's
Bill-
so deep.
He was one
Bill,
of the
are you proud?
OGs.
Are you proud of your reputation, Bill? That's what everybody that is a listener of this podcast thought.
Yeah, across the world.
Yeah.
Across the world. Someone's reading a comic, be like, fucking Bill. And he was right. He was right. He was right. I don't
Not
hide.
only that, but the shape changer too. Come on.
Oh my
yeah.
God, that's
Incredible.
It's
great.
so funny.
That is
I
so
love it.
great.
That's smart.
All right. I've got the next
Right.
one here. This one comes from Connor. Hello, Invincible Podcast. It's been a while since I've written in. I'm heartbroken that Invincible got robbed again at the Emmys. Hopefully 2026 will be the year. I'm counting down the days until New York Comic Con so I can watch the Invincible panel. I know Kirkman said it wasn't happening, but I'm still holding out hope for a Rexplode special. Let me
It's coming
cope.
eventually.
The question for you guys is, who do you think Invincible will be talking to in the Burger Mart teaser? My guess is on Oliver or Eve. If it is Oliver, would it be Kid or Teen Oliver? They could also go the crazy route and have it be someone like Dinosaurus. Anyway, thank you all for your time, and I wish you all the best. Thanks, Connor.
My number one
logically-
guess is Teen Oliver,
Same.
right? But it
That's-
would be fun if they did. What's Dinosaurus' human form again?
D-
I forget his name.
Connor.
Dirk.
No,
Dirkison? Dirk.
Who
No,
are you
but
asking?
He's going to
Dinosaurus'
be
human form. What's Dinosaurus'
Anders.
David Anders.
David
David.
Anders.
David. I got
It
the
would
D
be fun
right.
if it was him.
I think he could be in the booth next to them.
Yeah.
Like we've always
Playing
seen
with a
before.
dinosaur. Playing with a dinosaur.
I mean,
Toy.
he's still an adult, right?
I mean, he's a
Did you like-
teenager.
Adults
I mean,
can
he's
play with
also-
toys.
Yeah.
Isn't Adam Eve an adult? But
I mean, she was the child version.
you don't think that we're gonna see a flashback of David Anders? Or
I
anything?
guess not.
Story?
No?
Well, now kind of I want it. I never thought in a million years
There will be
playing with the dinosaur, and then all of a sudden he's a big.
There will be a dinosaur somewhere in the scene, in the diner scene.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Or
that is a good take.
Yeah.
That is a good take. It'll 100% be Teen Oliver.
It's Teen Oliver.
Because it can't be someone that we don't know, but it has to be something new.
Cecil.
Yeah.
And I just can't wait to see the new suit. You know what I mean? I've said it before that I think Teen Oliver's suit is one of the best designed suits in the comic. So I'm excited.
So here's the question. I mean, are we talking? We might be talking again before New York Comic Con. I don't know if we are or not, but if we're not, what are we getting in New York Comic Con? Are we getting a trailer? Probably. And if so, is it just the burger teaser, or is it an actual teaser with footage?
I have a good idea.
Those are never the same thing.
I have a good idea. What if it's Battle Beast in the booth with him? And he just looks so unhappy, and Mark is like very animated and talking a lot.
I will say I don't think it can, just going on the record, I don't think it can be Teen. I don't think that's where they're going to reveal Teen Omni-Man.
I think they could.
You know
I don't think it's a huge. I don't think it's meant to be like a huge moment or huge reveal. So I think they could. But yeah, I get that it is a moment. To Ryan's question, I think at New York Comic Con we get a poster, we get the Burger Mart teaser, and we get like some voice reveals of who's voicing certain characters.
Burger Mart teaser with a date, and then a trailer a couple months before the date. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
All of that, 100% that, and I'd be thrilled.
I feel like I need to be optimistic and say that we'll get the Burger Mart teaser, and then I think that we'll get some
full trailer.
Well, not a full trailer, but I think that we'll get some like very quick,
like a scene.
What do they call it?
It would be fun if they kind of combined it, and it was the Burger Mart teaser, and then the last 30 seconds are some quick shots of things, just because we wouldn't be expecting that on the Burger Mart teaser. They've trained us so well. It would be a cool little surprise for sure.
Didn't they say like who was going to be on the panel, and then they said they alluded to a special guest? And we were like talking about
many special guests, like
they said, and guests. They left it open after saying Stephen and Gillian.
Any chance we get like a surprise, like in-person casting? Surprise?
That's what we're hoping for. Yeah,
I think so.
Oh my god!
Well, thanks, Connor. We'll see you there. Save us a seat.
And then I believe I have our last email before we jump into Battle Beast issue 5. This one says, "Hi guys, I write you with my head hung in shame. I was so convinced Steve was going to be Powerplex after the first few minutes of season 1, episode 2, and I wrote you with my confident prediction. You all immediately discounted my theory, to which I thought, to hell with them, they know nothing. After all, these are the same Invincible fans that mispronounced Viltrumite for years on this very podcast. They clearly know nothing. But alas, you were correct. And it's taken me this many months to be able to show my face in public once more and to write to say you were right. Well done, Invincible podcasters. Well done. Last weekend, my little town held its very first comic arts festival. I'd never been to a comic arts festival and had a great time. All their programming was free to attend, so I went to nearly every panel, workshop, and screening. I met a great Canadian comic artist named Jason Lapidus that was doing commissions, and he drew Monster Girl for me. I snapped a photo of him with his drawing, which will proudly have a home alongside my Ottley pages and other comic art I've collected over the years. I've been loving Battle Beast. No notes. Writing and art are perfect, as is your podcast, now that you've learned to mostly pronounce words correctly. Love, Judd from Canada. The country, not
the that makes sense. I mean, now I understand why you're so judgy. Is that Judd or is that the artist? Is that
the artist?
Is that Jason?
Yeah, that's the artist.
Jason, is it Lapidus or Lapidus?
Yeah, Lapidus. I went with Lapidus, but
that's
as
awesome.
Documented. Not great at pronouncing things on this podcast. It's kind of
right.
Wow.
Yeah, we had some really great emails from people. Sorry we couldn't get to all of them. There were more, but we are already well into this episode and got to get to Battle Beast. But thank you all for listening. Thank you all for writing in. You can email us at theinvinciblepodcast@gmail.com. Like, we had several people that have been longtime listeners. It's just so great hearing from you guys. Like, that's so
Yeah.
much fun. Like that, we've always talked about like that being like a highlight of doing this podcast is, building that community and, sharing in this thing. That was so great. Thank you all.
Yeah. And now that brings us to our main topic, which is breaking down Battle Beast issue 5, already almost to the end of the first arc. So we can start off with just initial thoughts. What did everybody think of this issue? Just kind of overall. Obviously, yeah, we have some awesome variant covers. That one in particular, Ryan, that you have up, that's
I just
the
pulled up the one.
Tony Moore one, right?
That's it, yeah. Oh, it's so
It's
good.
cool. That might be
Also,
one of the best ones.
colors.
Yeah, just the green in the background is so cool.
I
But
have two
then
thoughts.
top level thoughts. What everybody think of this
Two
issue?
quick thoughts. This issue is the reason why they got Annalisa Leone to do colors. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus. And this is the best written comic, like, in my opinion. The best Kirkman-esque writing issue so far.
Wow.
Issue, yeah. Not of all time, I just mean of Battle Beast.
Even still, I think that's a hot take, but
Yeah. I think this issue was good. It reminded me a lot of back in the day reading Invincible and being like, okay, all right, so we're on issue 47. So I know this issue is just going to set up 48.
Yeah.
So I could have told you before we read issue 5 what was probably going to happen. And that is what happened. There's a couple surprises, a couple things that were really great, a couple dialogue moments that I really, really enjoyed. But overall, it was a good issue.
Yeah.
I think that just undermined everything that I said in a very disrespectful way, Ryan.
Not
I mean, I agree with Ryan where it's like it was a great precursor to what's to come.
Yeah.
It's setting up the that's pretty much what I was gonna say is it's setting up the final battle. Not to dig in yet, but the way it started out, I'm thinking like, oh, this entire issue is going to be pretty much a flashback. And it wasn't. And I'm glad that it wasn't. And it could have been. And then they just set up issue 6 for like the actual finale. And like they do that sometimes with everything, like shows and comics and books, where it's just like, oh, the big finale is coming. Let's do a whole flashback episode and make them wait even longer. But I'm glad they didn't do that. And it was very good. And it just got me excited for the finale.
I mean, okay, go ahead, Wyatt.
Yeah, I agree.
It's okay to like it.
Everybody. I agree with everybody. And I think like it is at the same time, it is kind of that like, the setup issue for the big finale next one. But the stuff that we get in this issue really like adds more depth to really all of the characters. Like you really get to settle in and care more, I think, about all the characters, even more than we have so far, that I think makes us excited for the next issue.
I think half the issue was the flashback, and why you saying this issue helps to help you care more about the characters. I found myself disliking Salaka so much more.
There is a little bit of that
part of me. Now that's a good thing. That's making me feel something, but I didn't like not liking him, so that made me feel bad. So I felt like for half the issue, I was like, this flashback.
Your audio cut out. We can't hear you at all. I'm kidding. I just wanted you to shut your mouth.
You got me so good. You got me so good right there.
And I agree with what you said, Ryan, because it does, when we get into it, it gets you to kind of not like young Salaka for sure. But I feel like that makes me like him more now, because I feel like you see the contrast and you see how he has sort of changed on the journey that he's on.
The reason why you didn't like him was because he was a very Rexplode-esque kind of character when he was younger, when he was very arrogant and pompous and everything like that. And Wyatt, to your point, like when I was reading it, I was like, wow, that seems so unlike him.
Yeah.
But it made sense as to why he was the way he is now.
Yeah.
Compared to where he was and what he went through. So
And
maybe
that's what it takes to make a great character,
It just sounds like there's this stigma behind like the setup or the issue before.
No.
I didn't really feel like this was an issue before. Like
that's not a negative.
Yeah.
It's not a negative. it's just it's one of those things I can't help but notice.
Judge.
Yeah. So jumping into the issue, we start
Why even? Let's just skip it.
We start off. No, we got to set up the next podcast episode, Bill. We jump to the dungeons of the castle on Fantania, which is Solaka's home planet, where we see the Juggernaut chewing on the Fantanians, like we saw at the end of last issue. And then it says before, and we see kind of that same place, and we see the Colossus and the Juggernaut walking through this kingdom, just like talking about how great it is that they found this planet full of these soft, delicious creatures, as they're just not even close to being stopped by any of them.
Were you guys, because they talk about how delicious they are a lot, are you at all curious? Like,
oh my god,
are they good? Like, what do they taste like? Like,
if the blood wasn't red, you know what I mean? But it just looks it just looks gross.
What color would be more appeasing to you? Purple, not blue or green.
What's your favorite
touch? So when I walk into your house, Koba cannot control himself because he knows that if I'm there, he's getting a dog bone, and he can't. He freaks out.
He can't. Yeah,
I don't. Rabid. I don't ever wonder, like, oh, if he loves them this much, you know.
So we cut kind of away from the castle, and we see a Fantanian looking over the balcony, talking about how these brutes are ravaging the street, and we see our first look at young Solaka with his little swoop of hair, and
he's cut. He's
in great shape. You know what I mean? Yeah, very handsome Fantanian.
DJ, what are your thoughts? Because I talk about boobs all the time. Like, is this? I mean, he's got a nice, like, weird alien elbow thing going on. Is that?
I mean, one thing I will say is he's the fattest butt in the land. So, you know,
it's true. They're called Fanny-Tanians.
Oh my god,
I'll be here all day.
So she's worried. He's trying to tell her to just relax. You know, he says, my father's army is going to keep those monsters out. There's no way they breach the castle. And then the very next page is just the army. They breached the castle. This is the first chuckle that the issue got out of me too, because you can just see the cut in the animation essentially of them jumping from one to the other.
4 pages. 2 of them are full page splashes, by the way.
Yeah.
Nuts.
So they break through, are just totally overwhelming them. Eventually they get to Solaka and his date, where they're running down the stairs, and the Juggernaut just squishes the date immediately. And kills her.
Again,
it cuts,
and he's Solaka, just a coward. I mean, that's kind of
what he's supposed to be.
Yep. And you get kind of the same castle shot, and it looks a little more like it's been broken down. So time has passed. You get Solaka kind of meeting with what look like the generals of the army. And he just says he can't do anything, and he can't take up the reins because the beasts are too powerful, and they call him a disgrace. Again, very, very cowardly.
Yep. And again, the reoccurring right here, we see the third one, the reoccurring castle shots. I love when they do that. It's the same shot from the same perspective, just
different time of day, different color, and then now explosions happening as it's nighttime, and it looks like Solaka is now hiding out with other Fantanians. Their clothes are all kind of tattered, and so they've been sort of on the run, and he's still trying to.
They're not tattered for being on the run. They've been busy.
Okay,
clearly.
And he's trying to smooth talk with some of the ladies, and he's just saying how great he is as the Colossus breaks in and grabs him. The Colossus talks about how the army has fallen, that it's been months since he's ate Solaka's parents, and that he loves the taste of royalty, so he goes to eat Solaka, which of course is where we found Solaka originally, inside of the Colossus. So we see him kind of get chomped in half, lose his legs, and then fall into the stomach of the Colossus, where we meet his parents, who are still decomposing inside of the Colossus. And you kind of get the explanation that the mother is saying that, like, you know, our power will give you an unnaturally long life. So that's probably how they've been still surviving, you assume, inside of his stomach, and how Salaka survived for however long it was. I feel like in the first issue they talked about how long the Colossus was in the cosmic nail.
Yeah,
it was
1,000
like
years.
1,000
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Very long time. So Salaka is very, very old and has spent
Is this something you guys questioned?
Yeah.
about
I
like
feel
how
like
deep
I,
it
I
was.
was like, how is he still alive? Why wasn't he
I feel
digested?
like I just
Like,
assumed that it was either his
Yeah.
species or
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
fact that inside the Colossus is what kept him
Yeah.
alive. Or like,
I
definitely
think it's
did
a
not
thing that I
see it coming.
questioned when it first was mentioned, because I was like, wait, they said he's been in this nail for how long? And this guy's just in his stomach. But then by the time we're getting Dracula the Forever Blade, I was kind of just like, I don't necessarily need an
plus,
explanation
I
for
mean,
everything. I'm
plus
along
we
for the
live
ride.
we live in a world where Viltrumites live for thousands of years,
exactly.
so
Yeah.
it's not.
I never even questioned it. I just assumed it was his species.
Exactly.
But-
So we all didn't really assume this. So do you guys think that there's more to this then? Like this power that they gave him is going to become something else? Or was it just
Ooh, I could see it. I could see
You know
it
what I mean?
being passed on to somebody else at some point, even like,
oh
you know,
Wyatt.
they've established that you can
Wyatt.
pass it along
Wyatt,
to
you
other
just
people.
you
Like his friend?
loaded the gun. You loaded the gun, and you set it down on the
Thanks.
table. And now Ryan's looking at it, and he's like, "There's a loaded gun right there."
And if we're establishing the arc of him being very cowardly and selfish, what better way than for him to eventually like sacrifice himself?
Look
to
at
pass
you.
along
Don't have to just stop talking, Wyatt. You're ruining the whole
Three
comic for
ideas.
us all.
3 ideas.
It's so
He's
good.
gonna have the Adam Eve power.
Salaka is like upset though. He's saying that he doesn't want the power. He's not worthy, as his parents die, and he like absorbs the power. And then we flash back to the present, where we see Salaka kind of explaining this to Battle Beast, and Battle Beast is just riding away, not really paying attention whatsoever.
I love this page. Both the close up of him like making the fist after he gives this impassioned speech, and Battle Beast is just totally ignoring him. He's like, just saying.
Just saying, like, you know, just telling you about myself. We get some shots of them like traveling through the kingdom on their animal steeds, whatever we'll call them. And Salaka is just like kind of heartbroken at how much in disarray the whole kingdom is and how everything is just gone. And Battle Beast is getting annoyed at this point of like, you know, we got a long journey. If you're gonna, you know, break down and weep at every bit of ruins we encounter, I can leave you behind. And the suit kind of jumps in, or the AI jumps in, and is just like, you know, don't be such a jerk, Battle Beast. He's like, you don't have to be cruel. And this is where we get Battle Beast starting to like really kind of dive into what his existence is like, and how he's just constantly fighting back the urge to tear even them apart, because he knows that, you know, that would be pointlessly destructive. But that's why he wants his life to end, because it's the only way that he can get rid of this constant bloodlust.
I like that the ship even calls out, you told me on your home world, Dorne, you were a force for good. How have you like that? Like back to Bill's earlier conversation with us. I think that's Robert Kirkman pointing out, like, hey, this has a history. There is a history here. He was a force for good.
Yeah.
What did he do as the force for good on Dorne? You know what I mean? Like, that asks a question.
And this is a question, because I'm not positive about this, but didn't they say in Invincible that he was like Dorne's they didn't actually name it Dorne, but that he was his homeworld's champion?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So I mean, of course he did good. Like he championed the planet. He protected it, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that is kind of going without saying.
Yeah.
Then we get go, Bill.
This shit is so powerful to me. Like him saying, and I don't like to read verbatim, but I look at you now. I want nothing more than to tear you to pieces and drink the blood from your scattered remains. It takes every ounce of my resolve not to roam the lands in blind fury, killing all I encounter. The good I do is reminding myself that it would be pointlessly destructive. That takes Battle Beast from being this like caricature of like rage and like a very cartoony violent person to like whenever he's not killing somebody, he is showing restraint, and I love that. It makes me respect him a lot more.
That might be my favorite line in the whole issue. The good I do is reminding myself that would be pointlessly destructive. Like pointlessly. Like that's the good I'm doing is sparing you. Like that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I it almost reminds me a little bit of in episode 1 of the show when Red Rush is talking about how like he can't handle conversations because he experiences the world so differently, that him being with his wife is only because like he really it's a similar sort of like this like affliction that they are experiencing the world different than any other character sort of would. But this is a great moment when he says like, yeah, and all of this robs me of the ability to care for your feelings. And the computer is just like, I've seen you, fall asleep and pretty immediately. And if you can quell your rage to fall asleep, you could, quell it to not be a rude piece of shit at all times. And Balby's like snaps at first and then starts laughing. He's like, I'm starting to like you, computer. That was the second like good chuckle that I got.
Do you guys feel like the AI is like loosened up a little bit? Like just the way that it's talking? I feel like since it's entered the suit, not like this though, calling him a piece of shit.
I think that the AI cares about Salaka more now, and so that's why it was like, "Hey, you can quit being such a jerk."
His friend,
while Salaka, yeah, exactly. I think that's showing that there's a bit of connection after Salaka was like giving him the hard drive space or whatever in the suit and all of that. Like, and they had a little moment. I feel like last issue, I feel like it's showing that the computer.
Do you guys think that the person that Battle Beast was before this is why he's able to quell that rage and what makes him more like what if do you think like
to be able to handle this?
Yeah, like that makes him even kind of more heroic, like the fact that he is able to like I love it. I love it so much. I love we finally got a little bit more of it what makes him tick, and I love it.
Yeah, for sure. We continue on, and Salaka is starting to get uncomfortable in his suit, and he's talking about how his body is growing and he's running out of room, and soon he won't be able to like fit in there. They kind of keep going into the Grand Palace eventually, and Battle Beast is asking Salaka to lead them through. The computer is saying that like if he still had the sensors from the ship, he'd be able to scan more things. But they kind of keep going towards the throne room. Salaka is leading them there. And again, they get into the throne room.
I can't even with this castle. I cannot even with the colors.
Yes.
Dude.
It's some of the greatest thing that Ryan Ottley has ever done is this castle. I'm serious. It is so insane. And a lot of that is Annalisa Leone. Like, it's insane.
It's them complimenting each other. Like it's incredible. It's incredible. A fucking castle.
I'm so happy that they are doing a sci-fi book where they can go anywhere, do anything. Like, what is the next world that they're going to visit?
Yeah. Great shot on like the next page of Battle Beast as they like get to the throne room, and he's just like holding Dracula up, like shouting about how he wants this to hurry up and happen, that he is craving battle. And then they hear somebody calling from the distance, and we see an old Fantanian, very much reminding me of like how Jafar appears in Aladdin at the beginning of Aladdin.
Oh yeah,
It
absolutely is.
Old guy with the
he looks a lot like him.
I definitely read his voice like having a bit of a whistle to it too.
Yeah,
like a young man with a strong back.
Yeah, he's very kind of odd and silly, and just like saying like, you're looking for the Juggernaut, aren't you? And just is like rambling. Battle Beast just finally responds, are you going to give me time to respond? So like,
I love that panel.
It's just very chatterbox. Yeah. So he kind of Battle Beast asks like, are you planning to stop me? And he's like, stop you? Hell no. Ain't a single solitary soul on this planet going to try and stop you. I'll be cheering you on. He tells Battle Beast that she's in the dungeon, keep going. Salaka tries to introduce himself. And then we get the very funny bit of him being like, sure thing, kid. I'm sure a lot of people were a lot of things a long time ago. That and a thinga will get you a cup of sluck. See, the joke there is that a cup of sluck is only cost you one thing, so you ain't worth crap. Like, I love that. I kind of
That
got
he's
the joke that,
explaining
like,
it.
oh, that must be their currency, but I
Yeah.
think it's even funnier that he explains it to sluck.
I was this close to adding it to our encyclopedia. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't know if I need to add Thinga
Yeah,
and
we do.
sluck.
We need to add that as their currency. Thinga and a cup of sluck, whatever that is. So they start kind of making their way down to the dungeon. Just another awesome shot of like Battle Beast going down the stairs with the sword cutting across the panels. So good. Salaka continues to get like frustrated at how he's not fitting, and the computer's like trying to talk to him about like be careful. And Salaka just like jumps out, falls out. It's kind of hard to tell specifically what happens, but he's all excited that he's got legs, and he says, "Look at these cute little things."
Yeah,
it reminds me a little bit of like the little baby legs from Deadpool when he's like growing back his legs.
Yeah.
He even has another arm growing. It is it is the perspective is a little confusing. I don't know if it was shot him out or if he jumped out, and then and then again when he jumps past Battle Beast.
Yeah, because Battle Beast is like, I'll let you deal with this. I'm getting tired of this delay. I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. The suit says, I'll follow you as soon as I gain control, because the suit AI is now trying to take full control of like the legs and arms, the whole robotic body. And Salaka says, "I'm coming. Step aside. I want to look at this Juggernaut and then the very next page is the Juggernaut stomping on Salaka's cute little legs and
arms, like everything that grew
all
back
the new stuff,
Yeah.
just got smushed. And then the Juggernaut just says, "Welcome to my domain. I'm very pleased to see you. I'm famished." And we get just the best moment of Battle Beast going, "You crushed my friend." And then Salaka just, his eyes rolling in the back of his head, about to pass out, and says, "Did you just say?" And then he doesn't finish. We see that the Juggernaut kind of recognizes her brother in Drascula, the Forever Blade, because it was made from his like arm spike or whatever. Battle Beast explains sort of where he got it and how easy it was he felt to defeat the Colossus, how he didn't live up to the promise of an actual worthy battle. They kind of talk about their fight, and the Juggernaut, of course, is just like, "Oh yeah, well, the Colossus was much weaker than me. I'm not surprised by this." The Juggernaut kind of shoots a spike out, and Battle Beast ducks out of it and says, "Is that your best? Pathetic." And we get the final page where she says, "What do you think of this?" as she impales through his chest. And he says, "It's a good start."
Can we just talk about how cool it is? The one shot of her putting that spike out and dragging her nails on it, and it's like leaving like sparks or like it's dragging.
Yeah, it's when she shoots above him and he's like ducking, spiraling around the like spike. It does look like she's like clawing
dragging
at it
her
and
nails
like
on it.
That's really cool. That's a great touch.
Cool. It also makes you think that they must spiral out of their arm then, right? From the like the way it like trails around it. It's kind of cool. Little detail. But yeah, and then that is the end of issue 5, which I feel like sets us up for a big final fight between the two of them in issue 6.
The A cover for issue 6 is such a classic, like Ottley pose. Like that he does this for commissions. Like he loves doing. Like who doesn't love a fuck ton of action lines? I mean, come on, that's so good. I love it.
Yeah,
very cool.
It's great. Quick predictions on it.
Yeah, I feel like the suit has got to jump in, right? Like the
100% is going to do some awesome karate.
Is going to jump in. Battle Beast is going to be mad that it's helping in the fight. It'll be maybe defending Salaka. Battle Beast will be mad that it's helping with the fight. Other than that, like I don't really know. Other than just, I feel like there will be crazy. They have to top the Colossus fight from issue 1, so it's got to be just more insanity of that, I would assume.
What's interesting is we got to have Battle Beast have to recover. Like there's going to be a recover period, like probably after issue 6, before issue 7, like somewhere in that point, because he is so wounded by this now.
Yeah,
like
I think the suit and or Salaka eventually probably take him back to the witch to heal up.
Right.
But I don't think that necessarily has to happen in this issue. They could end it with him like, just totally messed up, and that's the cliffhanger for when
7
we come
they
back.
open
You know
up
what I mean? Yeah.
on
I
Witch.
I could see like the robot coming in to save it, but Salaka is back inside the ecto suit. Because it's gonna have to climb back in now because it's completely destroyed. So luckily it has the suit that can kind of save him. So I can kind of see it being a team effort between them. Also, Jafar was a little random, so I think he's going to come back and he's going to reveal himself to be something bigger, or he's going to help out in some way.
It was.
First, give me the lamp.
It was TJ. I thought the same thing. I was like, what was this for? Like, I get it was a funny bit and it pointed them to the dungeon, but I think it kind of feels like, because we need the person on the way out. Like
he's coming. Yeah, he's coming back in some way.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
First, give me the lamp.
Very cool. And then we always do our MVPs, right? Which is your most valuable page, panel, or prose. I'll start. My favorite moment is just Battleby saying, "You crushed my friend." Like he's holding the sword in it's a small panel, but he's like holding the sword ready for battle, and he's calling Salaka his friend. That was the moment where I was like, we've got something special with this trio of the computer, Salaka, Battle Beast, because they all are acting like they don't care about each other and that they would all kill each other, except for Salaka, who's just like kind of always being genuine. And now we've like firmly established that like Salaka will never let this go, that he said that, and Battle Beast will deny it later on. But I love that moment. I love what it sets up, and I love that it shows that we've kind of built the connection between them so far.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a no-brainer. Like I've talked about already. It's his speech about quelling his rage, and I like that fucking speech got me like so into it. Yeah, I loved it. And the last and the it's a start. Like
I'm torn because I agree with you, Bill. I love that, and I love the robot telling him that that you can relax enough to not be a rude piece of shit all the time, and then him laughing, so that like that speech ends and that happens all on that page. Yeah, I'll give it to that.
You can say that part. You get that whole part is just very awesome.
That page, that was good.
I'm gonna give it to the castle repeats. Keep going back to the castles. That'll be mine.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? Though, like, I really don't want to. I feel like things like perspective, like we just look at pictures and we're like, oh wow, that looks really cool, and then we just skip over it. But I want to spend some time and talk about that shot of that castle
where they're looking up at the castle,
because they're a flat perspective, right? We're looking at their backs, but then we're also seeing this castle like we're right up against it, and then it's surrounding us. Like Ryan Ottley was able to draw like them flat, but then also have this. I don't know how he did it, and it looks incredible, and it's like it does everything that it's supposed to do. Awesome,
it's
shot.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
So good.
Amazing.
Incredible. And then now that we've gone through that issue, we like to end our Battle Beast podcast with a little segment that we call TJ's Battle Bag, where TJ reaches in and grabs some commission that he's got of Battle Beast, of some cool comic art to kind of show off to wrap up our episodes.
Oh boy, it's my favorite segment. I gotta grab my battle bag. One sec. I had it right here. Where is it?
I've stolen this segment, TJ. Bring me the lamp. So ironically enough, TJ was talking about Chris Marchman, and when we were in C2E2 last year or this year, was it this year?
It was this year, yep. That he did that. We met him before that, but yeah.
So I asked him to do probably the hardest thing that someone can do, which is put Battle Beast and Wolfman together. And I was just like, I want them together. Do whatever you want to do. And he came up with this. Ryan, do you want to have the actual picture up? Oh. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there you go. That's better.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, two very distinctive looking cat-like, wolf-like, dog-like creatures. And he crushed it.
This is sort of the Invincible version of Cat Dog. You know what I mean? Where there's a cat on one end and a dog on the other.
Wyatt, you are on
I-
it today, man. You're
God.
on it.
I love the picture slowly fading out through the sword. I love the sword. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
very, very
And we
cool.
just got done talking about perspective, and I really love the sword coming out and like it's flat plane. Chris, you crushed it, man. Love
Billy,
it.
you've talked
Very good.
before at length about snouts and Jason Howard drawing snouts and all that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
yeah.
And that's difficult to do, to draw two snouted characters like this, and they look distinctly different. Like
Right.
it's so good. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
crushed it.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Battle
And we'll
Beast
be
looked like he
back.
combed his hair.
He did look like it was a little styled.
It's all
there.
combed.
Yeah, he was ready for that commission. And that brings us to the end of this.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm sorry. Battle Beast does his hair. He's in a mirror,
They're in braids. Yeah.
braiding his
hair.
hair in the morning, getting all the blood out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got to get the blood out. Got to make sure it doesn't get like
Feels like
grabbed or
something-
caught by somebody else.
Feels like something we shouldn't talk about. We're going down a path here, guys.
Yeah.
We don't ask these kind of questions.
And on that note, that's the end of this podcast where we are done talking about issue 5. We'll be back for sure with next month's issue 6, the final one of this arc. We may have stuff between now and then. Of course, we have New York Comic Con coming up in between then where Ryan and TJ will be there. So like we said, of course, go say hi to them if you're in the area. And then I'm sure as soon as all of that news drops from that convention, we will have an episode breaking all of that down, making predictions. Ryan's got a box of cards that he might be opening up.
Does
and,
it feel like
posting
Christmas
about
morning
and all
right
that
now?
kind of stuff.
It does.
But thank you so much for joining us. We will see you very soon. And until next time, bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
That's one thing I hate about Alexa too. Oh, I have a new book recommendation for you, and I'm like, "Ooh, what is it?" And it's like a new book by Kyle Higgins called Radiant Black, and I'm like, "Son of a bitch!"
Yelling back at Alexa, I'm in that, you dumbass.
I've lived it.